This is the Net Group Investments podcast, where we explore a variety of views and insights that investors care about.
Hello, I'm Trevor Garvin from Net Group Investments Multi-Manager. This installment of your market and economic wrap is titled Trump Cabinet Takes Shape While Interest Rates Continue to be Cut in South Africa. It has been a busy past few weeks. Donald Trump, now President-elect of the United States, has been announcing his cabinet appointments for the start of his administration. With Republicans gaining control of the Senate, confirmation is expected to proceed smoothly for most nominees, including some controversial selections. Scott Bessent, a billionaire hedge fund manager, has been appointed to the key role of Treasury Secretary, and Susie Wiles as his Chief of Staff. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a skeptic on vaccines, was appointed his Health Secretary. Elon Musk, his Business Secretary. Peter Hegseth as Defense Secretary, who is an ex-decorated Army soldier, and Marco Rubio as Secretary of State or Foreign Affairs. It has also just been announced that the US courts have dropped all criminal charges against Trump in some of his up-and-coming trials. This will bring some relief to him as he battles legal wrangles on many sides. The judge overseeing Donald Trump's election interference case dismissed the case yesterday due to a long-standing Justice Department policy that bars the prosecution of a sitting president. This past week also saw the International Criminal Court issue arrest warrants to the Israeli Prime Minister and ex-Foreign Minister, as well as the head of Hamas for the conflict in the Middle East. This is largely seen as a political gesture, as very difficult to practically implement. In breaking news, it seems that the US State Department is announcing that Israel and Hezbollah are very close to agreeing and signing a ceasefire treaty. There has been increased conflict in the Ukraine and Russia, with both countries now firing longer-range missiles. Ukraine has fired missiles built by both the US and the UK for the first time deep into Russian territory. Russia responded in kind, causing much damage in Ukraine. It is unsettling to see weapons of this caliber and power now being used in this conflict. Widespread travel disruption took place over Britain yesterday because of Storm Bert, which pounded the country with a deluge of rain and fierce winds over the past weekend. At least 3 people were killed in England and Wales, with swooping floods, landslides, fallen trees, road accidents and power outages all being reported. On a positive note, the Springbok rugby team achieved a convincing victory over Wales this past Saturday, winning 45-12 in Cardiff. The Boks have made it 3 wins from 3 on their year-end tour, beating Scotland, England and Wales, and ending 2024 as the number 1 ranked rugby team in the world. Bitcoin continues to shoot up on sentiment that Trump is pro-cryptocurrencies. Over the past 1 month, it is up from $68,000 to $93,000 per Bitcoin, around a 40% return in 1 month. Turning to the economy in South Africa, as expected, the Monetary Policy Committee or MPC cut the repo rate by another 25 basis points last week, taking the repo rate to 7.75% and the prime rate to 11.25%. The decision was unanimous, with the rate cut still considered consistent with achieving its inflation target. However, the MPC's tone was cautious, reflecting its concerns about the uncertain and changing global environment. The South African Reserve Bank expects inflation to trend around the midpoint of the target range throughout 2024 to 2027. We expect the Reserve Bank to continue in its easing cycle, cutting by a cumulative 75 basis points over the course of 2025. The local stock market was broadly firmer last week, lifted by financials and industrials that rose for the first time in 3 weeks on the back of the interest rate cut and expectations of further cuts. US equities also strengthened, with technology stocks buoyed by Nvidia's solid earnings growth as demand for its chips remained robust. The fall in the Japanese Nikkei continued as investors remained concerned about the negative impact of likely higher US import tariffs. The People's Bank of China maintained its key one-year loan prime rate at 3.1%, which was in line with market expectations. The bank's decision came after recent data suggested that recent stimulus packages are starting to take positive effect in the Chinese economy. That brings us to the end of today's market report. As always, the environment is forever changing and creating volatility, but at the same time, plenty of opportunity. Till next time, with thanks, Trevor.
Nedgroup Collective Investments is an authorized collective investments scheme manager in terms of the Collective Investments Schemes Control Act. Nedgroup Investments does not provide advice on financial products and will only give you factual information. For further details on our funds and to view our terms and conditions, please visit nedgroupinvestments.co.za. Nedgroup Investments. See money differently.